Welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm your host, Caitlin Williams. On today's show, we'll be talking to some HBCU alum and current students who are owning their own businesses and making it work. Also, we'll go around Bennett's campus and ask why they chose an HBCU and what it means to them. Stay tuned. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for tuning into Minding Your Business. I am your host, Caitlin Williams, and I'm here with four lovely business owners. I'm just going to have you guys introduce yourselves and say your business and where you're from.
My name is Troy Costin. I'm from Durham, and my business is called Nails by Troy.
Hello everyone, I am Alicia Dawson from Raleigh, North Carolina, and my company is the Rough Diamond Empire.
How you guys doing? I'm Matthew Jeffries from Greensboro, North Carolina, and the name of my business is Breakthrough Fitness.
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb Jones. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. My business is Uncrack Mobile LLC.
And thank you all for joining me today. I know it's a little rainy outside. I don't want to be outside. But we're just going to talk about you guys' business and how you started. So, Caleb, we're going to start with you. How did you start your business with Uncrack Mobile?
All right, so with Uncrack Mobile LLC, I started this in my dorm freshman year at Aggie Sweet Tea. I went to the club the night and I had cracked my own phone. And I was like, dog, this phone is cracked. I got to do something about it. Can't afford it to get fixed. So I went to Apple Store. It was like, it'd be $250 to repair your phone. And I'm, being a broke college student, was not able to afford that. So I took initiative and went on YouTube and figured out how to fix iPhones. So with that being said, I then took the steps to gather my materials, go to Amazon, buy a screen replacement, and then go on YouTube, find a little 5-minute video how to repair iPhones. So that's how it started. Then it got going word of mouth to all my friends, acquaintances, like word around town started to get around that Caleb fixes iPhones, and then to back myself up, I then became a business and became an LLC. So I bring to you Uncrack Mobile LLC, making iPhone repair more affordable.
Matthew, we can
Really for me, I had a two-sport background. I was playing football my freshman year and got hurt, and I guess after that, it kind of stuck with me through the rehab thing, and I kind of got a passion for fitness, and then came back here to A&T and really just had a passion for that. Started personal training and everything like that, and it kind of started to pick up. So I'll say probably about in the past year or so, came up with my own fitness brand, which is Breakthrough Fitness, as I said before, and really just I had a passion for helping people reach their fitness goals and living a better life, and basically it just started from there and shot up from there. So yeah.
For me with Rough Diamond Empire, where it actually started was when I started to transform into trying to be great, which was during my senior year at A&T 3 years ago, and I was just like, okay, you either gonna live life or you gonna let life live you. And I chose to live life, and that's when I started really trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I realized that I want to try to live my dreams. I see all these people trying to live their dreams, and so I'm like, I want to live my dreams. And I realized I like helping people, and so where Rough Diamond came in was just like, I want to help other people become entrepreneurs. I want to help other people become, figure out what their dreams are and learn to live their dreams. And so, yeah, that's exactly where it came from. So Rough Diamond Empire is where we turn your dreams into reality by providing the necessary resources to open your doors to endless opportunities.
When I started Nails by Troy, I was about like 15, and when you're 15 years old, you don't have money to pay and go get your nails done every single week unless your parents got it like that. Mine didn't. So I decided that I wanted to, like he said, I went on YouTube and I learned how to do nails, and doing nails is a tough craft. So I had to learn how to do it with time, and it took me about maybe 2 years till I officially knew how to do nails, and that's just pretty much how I started my business. Yeah.
So, all of you have great businesses, but Elisa, you're our expert here, technically, basically. You have graduated. So, how hard would you say it is for someone who's starting a business now in college to actually get started, or the people that you see on an everyday basis? How hard is it for them? Are they struggling, like really struggling, or is it, kind of a easy process?
It's definitely not an easy process. One thing that I focus on is to figure out what you're really good at, try to make a profit off of what you're really good at, and then go from there. From what I see, especially with like some of my clients and things, is that they build off of where you are. My motto is you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So start where you are. So, for example, if like Troy, she realized she was, hey, I got something for nails, and so she's starting where she's now. I don't know where her vision is, where she wants to go, but like just focus on that one thing that you're good at and start where you are, and everything else will fall in place. Everything, business ideas will start coming. You'll just notice that things are happening, and that's what I tell a lot of people is just we're gonna figure out what you're good at, and we're gonna start there. And it's definitely not an easy road, but it's a little easier when you know what you're doing.
So for all of the businesses that you all have, each one of them is a competitive sort of field, or there are a lot of businesses like Uncrack Mobile. You have a lot of mall businesses that'll fix your phone, and then you have a lot of fitness businesses, especially with sports and entertainment. Entertainers want to be in shape too. And Troy, you have a nail shop on every corner. But how do you define yours different as the other companies? Troy, I'm gonna start with you.
So, one thing that I noticed when I was younger and I was doing nails for the girls that were coming to me, because my clients were from school. So the people from school that were coming to get their nails done from me, the nails that I was doing and the nails that I do are different than what you get in the salon. In the salon, you're going to go in there, and if you ask for the jobs that I do, you're going to end up paying at least $100 out of pocket. I only charge $40 for like designs on every single nail type stuff. So it's like, I feel like there's a big price difference. The quality of my work, I know that when other people try to start doing nails, because of course when I was in high school and I was doing nails, of course there was other girls who wanted to try and start doing nails too. And people would come and ask me like, doesn't this bother you? Doesn't it bother you? No, it doesn't bother me. Right. Because the other girls started late, I guess you could say. So like, I feel like I was glad that I started when I did, because it takes a long time to craft this craft. So I guess to answer your question, time, the quality of my work, and what else did I say? Can't even remember. But outside of that, yeah, that's what it is.
In the uniqueness of your work. And I know that you said that you charge $40, so it's a difference in getting a $40 full set at a nail salon and a $30 full set at a nail salon. But yours, I think what helps grow your business is when you have an affordable price for people that you know, and they can go to their cousins, their friends, hey, my friend Troy does nails. So I think that's what makes it important to me for your business. And then especially now being on a college campus, it's so accessible because we don't feel like going all the way down to Summit or all the time, and it might be raining and snowing. So I think you're really helpful, especially here at a women's college. How is your business different than the other ones in your field?
Well, I had to try to, because consulting it's huge. It's very oversaturated. So I tried to switch. I had tried to create a market and switch my competition. So instead of my competition being other consulting agencies, personal and professional development consulting agencies, I tried to dive into something different. So I chose like the type of companies that are there, especially when you graduate from college, the companies that are there okay, well, here's something easy for you. A lot of people get stuck in those things. So they're like, oh, here they'll reach out that helping hand. So, for example, I don't know if you want to say any companies' names, but just those,
you fine.
Like right now, like teller jobs or being a cashier or something like that, and they're like, okay, you start here, just work your way up, and a lot of people get stuck in that and give up on their dreams from that. And so I just tried to switch my competition, and now I'm the only one tapping into that competition rather than looking at how I'm gonna beat out the other consultants and things of that nature. So That's one way to look at it, I guess.
Now, Matthew, you have, I think, a pretty large business pool with fitness. So how do you make yours different?
I know for me, y'all might look at me crazy, but I started personal training. I did free sessions. So I know from I think my sophomore to junior, I was doing free sessions from 4 to 12. But it's like when it comes to this is my passion. This is what I love to do. This is my lifestyle. So it's like I plan on doing this until I can't do it anymore. So it's like I look at it as if I can help one person achieve whatever they wanted in life, or their fitness goal, or just living a better life, then I would do that even if you don't have to pay me, none of that like that.
Right.
I would do it just out of my passion for it. So I feel that it's a greater feeling when you can help somebody through not by beating them in the head with, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this, that, and the third. But if I can just be basically like an inspiration. So I look at it like an inspiration aspect of it, and you tend to reach more people when you do it out of the kindness of just loving what you do instead of going about it this way, or like she said, of being in this set bracket, and it's like, oh, you got to do this in order to do this. But it's like, hey, if I can lend a hand and help somebody else live a better life and have them help them, and then that could help them help others.
Right.
So really for me, it's just being an inspiration, and even of course she said with the price and everything, I'm still doing just $35 for a week, and I'll let you pick the days, and whichever days we're going, then you're going to get that challenge that you need, but you're still going to have the results that come with it. So I with my system is just basically getting results in that amount of time period, and basically just word of mouth and showing that the way to go is either this way or this way. So really with that, it's just being an inspiration and showing other people that they can make it,
Right.
and instead of just basically being the positivity that everybody is. Pretty much. So that's really the way I kind of set myself apart from them.
Now, Caleb, yours, I'm going to be honest, I made a couple of mistakes going to the mall and getting my phone fixed. So when you have Apple, you go to Apple, and you don't have Apple Care, okay, well, it's going to cost $200 to get a phone. It's so easy to just go outside of Apple and go to one of those stands that fix phones. How did you get your peers to, understand that you can come to me and I can fix your phone? Was it something that you just let go by word of mouth, like, oh, my boy Caleb fixed phones, or do you have to really sell yourself in the phone fixing industry?
So in the phone fixing industry, you really have to sell yourself. You have to really build your brand. You have to have credibility. So word of mouth is one of the biggest things on college campuses. But other than word of mouth, you need professionalism. So also with professionalism, have formal websites, different pages, business cards, flyers, different ways of marketing your business. With me, I use 3 words: quality, mobile, and fast.
Right.
So I give quality products and repairs. Mobile, I'm a mobile company, and everybody has a means of transportation. And also it could be an inconvenience for people. Say you're at work and your phone is cracked, you can't touch or anything. Call Caleb from Uncracked. I'll come to your job and fix it. And fast, I market 20 minutes or less, because on average, the average time I use to fix an iPhone is 20 minutes. So that's one way I, market myself and really set myself apart from my competition.
So I just want to go around really quickly and just tell the people where they can reach you if, they need your business. I know I need some of y'all services. But just go ahead and give out your contact information, not necessarily your phone number, but your social media and where they can find you, your website and stuff like that. I'm going to start with you, Troy, this time.
Well, my Instagram is Nails by Troy, and my main account is espresso.cream.
And my Instagram is at the Rough Diamond Empire, and you can also check out my website, roughdiamondempire.com. And if you want some merch, like this hoodie, for example, just hit me up on Instagram, and we can talk about it. We can see what we can do.
Yes, my Instagram is BTFMJ34, which stands for Breakthrough Fitness, of course. And basically for inquiries or anything like that, or if you have questions or need meal preps or personal training info or anything like that, you can just DM me. Again, that's BTFMJ34.
Me on Instagram and Twitter at OnCrackIPhone. If you need your iPhone repaired, go on www.uncrackedmobile.com. Thank you.
I know that we all are still students, well, except for Alicia. So I know that you all have to get back to class and lunch. It is Fried Chicken Wednesday. So I'm going to let you all go. Thank you so much for joining us. This was very helpful for people who may not need it. And to you all out there, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but we will be right back and we'll talk more with Alicia about her consulting business. Welcome back to Minding Your Business. I am your host again, Caitlin Williams, and I am here with Alicia Dawson.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
And we are going to talk about her consulting business, Rough Diamond Empire. So, Alicia, I just want to talk to you some more because I know the consulting business is something that a lot of people need to start their businesses or do anything anything. What is your main area of consulting that you deal with?
Well, it's professional and personal development consulting.
Mm-hmm.
And my main thing is to help you, choose you, find you. It's all about my clients. So the purpose is to choose you. And like I stated, it is turning dreams into a reality. So yes, professional and personal development consulting. We work from it's holistic, so we work from the inside out. So you can get to, live the biggest dream that you want, but if you're not doing what you love, then
Right.
you're just wasting your time pretty much.
So you start from the inside out, you talk about, and I know that most times that deals with mental health and having a support system. How many times do you see people who are not in the right state of mind? They want to start a business, they know what they want to do, but they don't have the proper state of mind to start it, or they don't have support to start it. Because I know support can be a big, in anything that you do, support can be a big problem. So how many times often do you see people who don't have those two things?
I see it quite often. I first saw it in myself, and so that's how I try to tackle it in other people. But I see it a lot. It's not as big as people think. I would say that when it comes to mental health, it's just that somebody has to tap into that little. It's like a little niche that you might have. Like somebody has to tap into it, and so let's say you don't know this, but you have a passion for, I don't know, something random, socks or something like that, and it's just like I'm like, well, no, we can make this happen with socks. We can make this happen with socks. Once you start getting that vision, and somebody start like, wait, what? I can socks? Like I can make something happen with it, with my vision and stuff like that. That's when it's kind of like, okay, your perspective changes, and then everything in life you'll see that it changes once that.
So what happens when someone comes in with a business idea, but then you start talking and you start, you work from the inside out, but you start talking and they start explaining their business, but it's not making sense because that's not really what they're passionate about, or that's not really what they want to do, and they have like a almost midlife crisis experience. How do you handle starting from the bottom basically and rerouting their dream or their decision?
That's exactly what I do, especially with my first client. So it's good you asked that question. What I do is, my thing is we're gonna get it out your head. So you might say something random, and you're just like, as you're talking, I'm just like, just let you talk.
Right.
We're gonna get it out your head. We'll write down everything. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? What's everything that you ever dreamed of doing? We're gonna write it down, and then we'll figure it out. We'll go. It's kind of like a pyramid effect up until we get to that point of what it actually is you're trying to do. So that's my main thing. If somebody comes to me and they're like, I'm just, so they're everywhere kind of in a sense, because that's mental health too, as far as like you'll feel overwhelmed and all of that.
So how do you shy away from being almost on the verge of a counselor or a therapist? Like, does it incorporate in your job, or how do you say, you know what, you need to see professional help?
I wouldn't mind becoming a therapist in a sense, but I go more into with the consulting part of it. I have like the plan and things like that, but I am also that motivational source, that motivational piece of it. So it does kind of get into counseling or a therapist, because I mean that's how we get to where you want to be.
So you being a graduate from an HBCU, for those of you who don't know, Alicia graduated from North Carolina A&T,
Yes,
correct? Right down the street from here, Bennett. So how did you graduating or you being a student influence? Was it harder to actually move into the professional field after you graduated, or was it kind of the same? You know, being in school and doing a business is one thing, but actually graduating and being out in the real world, quote unquote, is different. So how did you balance that, or was it harder for you?
It's been hard. Right after I graduated, I had, like I said earlier, trying to transfer my mind into like this great attitude. Like, if I believe I'm great, then I'm great, pretty much. And so, but when I graduated, this is what I tell people: it's almost like you walk across that stage into a brick wall, and it's like you think you about to walk into like, oh, I'm about to get all this money, but it's kind of like I walked into a brick wall, and I started working part-time, and I ended up going to graduate school just to make it seem like I'm doing something with my life. Right. So I went to graduate school and got my MBA in entrepreneurship, and that's really when I was just, I tried to, I wasn't going, like I said, not going to let life live me. I was going to choose to live my life. So it was kind of like you just have to be determined not to fall, because once you're in school, like when you graduate, that's something great. Like
exactly.
You have something that nobody else, a lot of people don't have, and so it's just kind of like you just have to be determined not to fall into the pit of settling for, you know, a job where they just gonna let you do what they want you to do. When the world is yours. After you graduate, the world is really yours.
So what was your major, and how did that affect what you wanted to do? So what was your major in college?
My in undergrad, it was journalism and mass communications with a concentration in public relations. I had no clue that it was going to tap into consulting and Rough Diamond. At the time, I just needed a major, but I was just like, I'm really good with customer service and things of that nature. So I was just like, okay. I didn't want that to be my major originally. I wanted to be an A&R. So I was looking for schools with A&R or something in music. And they were like, somebody told me, well, public relations is the closest thing, but the way God works, he'll put you in places, and it's just like you have no clue why. But now with Rough Diamond, my undergrad and my graduate degree, they both tie in with exactly what I want to do, what I'm doing. And so, yeah, public relations, though, it helped me a lot.
So I would just want to close out. What is one piece of advice that you would give a business starter right now in the same field as you? What's one piece of advice that you would give them right now, based on your college self and your now professional self? What's one piece of advice you would give them?
It's all about you. I think that's the main thing that I try to tell people. It's literally you can live your dream. We see so many people out here. We see, like, Tyler Perry tells us, you know, I started here, or, you know, Steve Jobs started in people started in garages and stuff like that. You can live your dreams. It's just like you just have to figure out what your dreams are. So to me, the purpose of college is to learn, like, not just like learn what they're teaching you, but learn yourself and learn so that when you graduate, like, you know who you are.
Right.
And so that's my best advice I can give anybody. Like, you can try a million different businesses, but you ain't gonna really be happy and whole until you do the business that you were purposed to do.
Well, thank you for joining us,
No problem
Alicia.
at
I
all.
think everybody can benefit from hearing what you had to say. And thank you all for tuning in. And I am your host again, Caitlin Williams, and we'll see you next time on Mind Your Business. So I'm here with
Kyra Pierce.
So Kyra, can you just tell me, why did you choose HBCU?
I chose HBCU for the culture.
And what has Bennett taught you so far?
Bennett has taught me how to stand up in the face of adversity.
Thank you. I'm here with
Tiana Gladden.
And Tiana, was it important for you to attend the HBCU for college?
Yes, it was.
Can you explain why?
It was important for me to attend the HBCU because I wanted to be more around the environment that I was aware of, more people of my nature, you know, more, you know, fun and hip and educational.
How has attending the HBCU changed your experience or changed your mindset?
Oh, wow. Attending the HBCU changed my mindset because it helped me to grow more as a woman. It taught me, you know, how to be independent, just strengthening my abilities and, you know, strengthening my weaknesses as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
right, can you give us your name?
Charisma Caldwell,
And what's your classification?
freshwoman.
All right. What has Bennett taught you?
It taught me the importance of women just in general, like just the empowerment. It's just like, I don't know.
Why did you choose an HBCU?
I just wanted a different experience, so I wanted to be around like black people in general.
That's a good answer. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm here with.
Courtney Lawrence.
So, Courtney, was it important for you to attend a HBCU?
Yes, it was important for me to attend one.
Can you explain why?
Well, growing up, I've always heard, HBCUs were to help girls and young men build themselves stronger and learn more about their historic backgrounds. So that's why I chose to come to a HBCU.
And so how has attending a HBCU changed your mindset or your way of thinking?
It's changed my mindset on how I look at myself, on how I was raised, and making me do things on my own and stand up for myself more, because I need to work on that.
Kiaria.
So can you tell me, why did you choose HBCU?
Well, I wanted the full HBCU experience because the people in my family, they always say HBCUs are the best. So I was like, I got to experience it for myself.
And what has Bennett taught you?
It's taught me the true meaning of sisterhood and how dealing with being at an all-girls school is actually a lot. But at the same time, people do have your back when you need them at the end of the day.
So I'm here with
Taylor Farmer.
And Taylor, can you just tell me, what has Bennett taught you so far?
Bennett taught me sisterhood, that I can rely on my sisters. They're always there for me. Even when I need somebody to speak to, they're always there. And if I need help, they're always there. So,
can you give us your name?
Alexis Jones, junior biology major from Washington, D.C.
Why did you choose an HBCU?
I chose an HBCU